Morning, everybody. We are going live. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the problems I've been having with dividend investing, or the problems with dividend investing. Welcome to the live stream, guys. And today is March 12th. It is 10 o'clock. We've missed a little bit of time here. I'm a little bit late. A lot of people in the chat. We got Frank in the chat. Welcome, guys. KA coming back at it again today. So if you guys haven't if you guys haven't signed up for the Patreon, the links are going to be in the description. If you guys want to hang out with me and Frank and a few other guys from the Patreon community, let's jump right into the video here. What's up, Samuel? What's up, Matt? Bruce, excited for some dividend talks today. Finally getting back to the real investing talks. This whole GME AMC wave needs to be over already. LOL. Ready for some real plays again. I feel exactly the same way that you do. A lot of the, I do have a lot of new subscribers from the GME AMC wave, as you would like to say. And a lot of people here seem to think like 100% returns is a normal thing. So I'm kind of here to give you guys a lesson in what I've been doing. And definitely going to be talking about some dividend stocks today. So for most of my dividend plays, I leave them in the M1 Finance portfolio. And it's probably the easiest way for me to just talk about this right now. I've been getting a lot of dividends from the last few days, just from my investments over last year. So we can jump right into it. So we're in the M1 Finance portfolio. If you guys haven't, or if you guys want to see my entire portfolio, I have a link in the description. And I update this portfolio pretty regularly, probably twice a year, right? So once at the end of the year and once like midway through the year. So here in this portfolio, we're sitting at $45,000 basically. We have 8,000 gains. This is a money-weighted return. It's a little bit different from the time-weighted return. So you guys just don't need to pay attention here. Cash balance sitting at $3. And if we look here, you can see that I have everything sectored off into each and every single industry, so to make things a lot easier. And within each pie here, like if I go into the technology pie, you can see I have these 5 dividend companies. And I have every single, you can't even see that. It's blocked by my head. So I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, like, what are the problems with dividend investing and stuff like that. So my problem is basically, yes, taxes are one of the main issues, especially if you are really trying to buy and sell a lot over the next, year. But I'm typically a buy and hold investor. So this is working a lot easier for me in general. And my problem with dividend investing is, it just takes so long. All right. It takes a really long time, especially if you're not making a lot of income, especially if, in the markets that we're seeing today, it just makes it a better deal, right, to just be invested in some growth stocks. So that's why over the last few months, I've been focusing on growth companies, and I've seen my portfolio has grown a lot, right? It took me almost a year, almost 2 years to get to 100,000. And, there's a lot of growing pains to get to 100,000. It took me a long time to get to $5,000 in dividend income. And I haven't really focused on dividend income over the past 2 to 3 months now. Since in 2021, I really haven't focused on this. It's just the growth opportunities, especially with the stimulus coming out, $1.9 trillion, which I can't even comprehend that much. So there's some news articles that I wanted to pull up. So here's when the IRS will start sending out this 1,400 stimulus checks to everybody. So basically, everybody's going to be getting a stimulus this within the next month, 2 months, 3 months. However fast they roll this out. I think some people might even be getting it over next week. So $1.9 trillion relief bill. Most adults are going to be getting $1,400, and I think independents, dependents. What am I saying? Yeah, dependents will be getting, let me check here. I think it was like close to $500 each. So all this money is just going to go back into mostly tech stocks, right? Tech stocks, growth stocks is going to be going into those type of companies. It's tough to be invested in a company that's only going to give you 5% returns when it comes to dividends. It's going to be tough to do that. All right, so let's see. Where are we going? KA, 205,000 to get 5K a year isn't good, right? So this number that I'm showing you right here, this dividend yield has gone down a lot. That's because over the past 3 months, I've been focusing on growth stocks. So a lot of the capital here, I would say, is in growth companies. So when this was closer to 150,000, my dividend yield was closer to 4%. So because I've incorporated so much growth companies into this dividend yield is going to go down a lot. If we take a look at, let me jump into the Weibull, the M1 Finance account again. How do I find this out? So what do I want to do here? I want to show you guys my pie. So let's say if I go straight into this pie here, and so this pie is closer to 3% dividend yield, which is even more respectable than the one here, because this M1 Finance portfolio is more focused on dividend companies. If we jump straight into, let's say, my Robinhood account, no, we don't need to go into my Robinhood account right now. If we focus in on here, let's say I do this by percentage of portfolio. ExxonMobil here is one of my top dividend payers, and I'm going to be getting about $1,700 annually from this one company. All right, so this makes it a lot easier to understand. We have Gap, which is one of my second biggest positions. It's going to start paying out dividends again. They just came out with that news article last week. So I'm going to be getting roughly around $200 a quarter from Gap. Alibaba doesn't pay a dividend. VOO pays a dividend of almost $300 a year for me right now. Realty Income, I'm going to see $765 in dividends a year. So I have a lot of companies that are paying me massive dividends, and then a bunch of companies where they're not paying me dividends because they're not a dividend company. All right, we got 200 people, 300 people in chat. Drop a like if you guys haven't already. We're going into actual investing today. We're not just going to be talking about speculation stocks and where we see GME or AMC going to be going today. So yes, like I said, I'm going to summarize everything. My main problem with dividend investing is it takes a really long time. And 2 years down the line, yes, it's a lot easier for me to see where I'm at with the dividends coming in all the time. But I feel like it has to be closer to the $1 million range before it's going to be so substantial that, it's going to be worth like a salary, right? Let's say if I had $1 million and I get a 4% dividend yield, that's going to be about $40,000 a year. $40,000 a year is about the median income in America. I think is closer to 50,000. But you guys kind of know what I'm saying here. Don't you get taxed on dividends as well? Juan, great question. If you have your dividends in a Roth IRA or a tax advantage account, your dividends will be deferred, right? So if you have them in the Robinhood account, definitely you're going to have to pay taxes on that. So your actual dividend income is going to be a little bit less. Good things come to those who wait. I love dividend payments. Definitely, the main advantage or one of the best things about dividends that I saw is once you start collecting them, and once they start becoming payments of like a few $100 every single month, then you'll feel like, all right, this is actually working. This is actual passive income. This is something that I didn't have to work for. This is something that I invested in and is paying me money. So that's the same feeling that I got when it came to my rental properties. And that's why it's such an easy transition for me to go from real estate into dividends. So what are your guys' thoughts on dividend income and just dividend stocks in general? If you can find like a triple threat in a company like ExxonMobil, where it was way undervalued, it was paying massive dividend yields, and then in a few months later, it had a lot of capital gains on it. Well, not capital gains, unrealized gains. That was a triple threat for me. So that's one of the better investments for me there. And ExxonMobil is definitely, I still see a lot of upside for ExxonMobil right now. Guys, taxes are something to be scared of. If you pay taxes, you're making money, and there are legal ways to offset your taxes. Definitely, you don't have to be scared of taxes. I mean, I use my rental properties as one way to help me lower my taxable income. I think getting that property manager that I've been talking about over the past few live streams is going to be a great way to lower some taxable income for me, because when I'm working as a property manager myself, I can't write that off. And now I'm going to be able to write off like $500 plus a month now because of the person that I'll be hiring. What are my favorite dividend companies? My favorite dividend companies, they're probably ExxonMobil, Realty Income, AT&T. Those are probably my top three right now. Do you have dividends in your Roth IRA? Definitely, I have dividends in my Roth IRA. Like I said, if you guys want to just jump into my M1 Finance portfolio, links are going to be in the description. So I'm just going to switch this to my Roth IRA, sitting at 30,000 here, just under 30,000. And these are all ETFs. When it comes to my retirement account, I'm not playing games here. Like, this is something that I want to be worth more in the future. So that's why I'm invested in stuff that over time just goes up. So I'm invested in VOO, VTI. These go up about 7% on average every single year. And slow growth is good growth, in my opinion. So these are paying me dividends. So we can just go into the activities here. You can see I'm getting paid dividends, $5, $11 every few quarters. I'm going to see dividends from BND. This one pays a dividend every single month. Slow and steady when it comes to my Roth IRA. That's what I like. Dividend investing is great as you get closer to retirement. If you are still young, it would be better to take a little more risk and get higher yields investing in growth stocks and or stock picking. Definitely, this is what I'm seeing now. This is definitely what I'm seeing now, especially in this kind of market. In this kind of market, it's like a stock picker's market, where if you're able to find good deals, buy the dips, as they say, the returns will be a lot faster, and the growth will be a lot faster as well. So my plan with this market that we're in right now is I'm going to be taking profits where I can, and I'm going to use that profit and I'm going to be putting that into a lot more dividend centric companies. Bruce, would you also recommend Acorn for non-tech savvy? As long as the platform that you want to use will help you just be consistent in investing, I think that whatever brokerage that is, whatever company fintech company that you go with, that would be your best case scenario there. What do you think of ED? Jesus. That was a fire truck. So what do I think about ED? Edison, I think it's Edison Consolidated, right? What is ED stock? I forgot the company for ED stock. Give me a second. Consolidated Edison, definitely. I had Consolidated Edison in my portfolio for a while. Let's check where it's at right now. So this is in the utilities sector. It is a good dividend paying company. I had to let this one go. All right. The performance of ED over the past few months has been pretty poor. And I just let it go, and I took that, few $1,000s, and I reinvested that into my other companies in the pie. What's better, mutual funds or ETFs? I like ETFs. I feel like ETFs are a lot more liquid. You can trade them, so you can get in and out of these ETFs a lot faster. Yeah, so like let's say for SPY has to be one of the most liquid ETFs out there. That's why people are doing options trading on them. Literally, like there's expiration dates on these option trades every single few days. So for anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, we're going to jump into here. We're going to look at SPY. If you take a look at the volume here, average volume is 137 million. And we're jumping into the expiration dates for the option trades. Every few days, options on this expire. So very liquid. When it comes to performance, when it comes to expenses, this is one of the more expensive ETFs out there. So just be aware of that as well. But it does track everything the same as like VOO. How do you know if a stock pays dividends monthly? That's pretty easy to look up. You just basically look up monthly dividend paying stocks, and then you start researching them one by one for whichever companies that fit your portfolio. Bruce Wang, where is your Roth IRA at? I don't have a link to the Roth IRA per se, but definitely I'm using the method for the 3-fund portfolio for my Roth IRA. You can just check that out. And I think that's probably the easiest beginner-friendly portfolio that you can start with. Top 3 growth stocks in your opinion. Currently, the top 3 growth stocks in my portfolio are going to be Alibaba, Peloton, and Tesla. So these are the 3 that I'm currently focusing on. And I'm going to try to get to a few hundred shares for each company. Alibaba, so the next stop for this one is 200 shares. The next stop for Peloton is 200 shares. And the next stop for Tesla is at least 100 shares. Kellogg is a legit company. I remember doing research on them way back when I started my investing, but I just never pulled the trigger with that. Back to work, Bruce. Thanks for everything. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by the live stream. We got 400 people in here, almost 500, man. Welcome to the live stream, guys. We are talking about the problems with dividend investing. And basically, my biggest issue is just the pace of it. And in our market conditions right now, dividend investing is performing a lot less. It's not performing as well as growth and tech stocks. That's my biggest upset right now when it comes to dividend investing. All right, so guys, follow me on Twitter if you guys haven't followed me yet. Definitely, I really appreciate that. So we just got an updated tweet. Let's see, what does this mean? Looks like Saturn with the rings. So we're going past the moon. This is Roaring Kitty. He just put it out a tweet. Let's see. I know I don't want to talk about GME too bad, but you know, we all came here because of GME, and we are seeing GME starting to go back to that $300 range. It's up 12% today, almost 13%. Massive gains on dividend, massive gains on the GME. So when you see performance like this, you're gonna FOMO into it, and like there's just no way you're not gonna FOMO into it. If the performance of the dividend stocks that I'm investing in is gonna be roughly 4%, 3% a year, and per day GME is up 13% on the day. Yes, it's like, why would you not at least try to get some exposure, some risk into these crazy growth stocks? You know, GME is not the best example of it, but definitely like, you know, some of the tech stocks out there are good examples of this. Do you still like AGNC? AGNC, I do still like it. I'm out of my AGNC position already. I sold out of that a while back ago when I needed some cash. Square buying Tidal was huge. I did not like the business model that Tidal has. Tidal is basically a music company. I don't know why Square would buy them. I really don't know how that fits into their business portfolio. So that's something that I have to figure out why they did that. Christopher, links are at the top of the chat here in the blue highlighted area. We're using Weibull to do this charting, and Weibull has one of the best charts out there compared to, Robinhood, compared to M1 Finance. Weibull is top notch when it comes to this charting tool here. On top of that, they have like a lot of financial analysis profile here, many more features than all of the other brokerages that I've used so far. Tips for buying back into GME. I don't have any tips for this. I just would not do it. It's like, if you're in it, you're in it. If you're not in it, I would just definitely stay away from it. Unless you're trying to, the upside of it is really low, in my opinion. The chances of you losing money on GME buying in right now is a lot higher than you making money. Elliot, I'm doing fantastic today. I was pretty late to the live stream because I was at a doctor's appointment, and yeah, my shoulder, I have like really bad tendonitis in my shoulder. Something wrong with my rotator cuff. We're back at it again today, man. We got the fake deep effing value here. Catch GME on the short ladder attack to 120. Man, Acosta is making the big plays today. All right, I'm going to take some water here. I feel like something is going to happen today where it could drop again another $100. It could go up $100. It could drop down $100 so easily. All right, Wall Street Bets guy lost $59,000 on calls yesterday. LOL. You know, that's what happens when you're in companies like this. If you don't know how to manage your risk properly, you're gonna get crushed. So we're gonna be going back into the chat. Any dividend stocks that you've been looking at recently? I have not been going too heavily into my dividend companies other than just, my regular dollar cost average when it comes to my M1 Finance portfolio. Is Starbucks a growth company? Starbucks does have some growth left in it. It's growing very slowly though, and it's also a dividend company. So, am I still in SPHD? Yes, I'm 100% still in SPHD. I have like almost $10,000 invested into that ETF. Roblox going down. I can definitely take a look at Roblox. This is a company I've been asked to look at many times, many times over the last day. And oh yes, this is what I'm telling you, man. When you're investing in an IPO, you're gonna have to expect this type of volatility because everybody that's getting in early is riding in on the hype, and we don't know how high this can go, right? I would wait for it to stabilize a little bit, wait for it to move sideways a bit more, and that's when I would get in. When Roblox is outside of mainstream media, when nobody is talking about it, that's probably one of the better times to get into a company like this. Oh yeah, Bill is always gonna ask me for Bill. So the real Benjamin, asking about Bill again. You can jump into Bill. Bill has not been performing well, I believe, over the past over the past few days, over the past few weeks. It peaked at 195, dropped all the way down to 134, 133. The climb is slow on this one. So, I mean, the trend here is continuing to go up, but continue to dollar cost average, I would say, my friend. What do I think about Royal Caribbean Cruise? The cruise industry is tough business to get into. I'm not invested in any of those recovery stocks when it comes to cruises, airlines. I'm just gonna stay away from that for now. I think eventually they'll do perform better in the markets, but right now it's not. I'm not feeling it. Guys need advice. Should I buy Rocket right now? I'm not really sure, man. You should not be coming to me for some advice, man. Should I get into AMC? Definitely, AMC is going to be one of those companies where it's going to follow GME all the time. And right now, it looks to be continue to rocket up with GME as well. Since Mexico just legalized cannabis, I just heard of this now, so this is news to me. I can double check this. Wow, Mexico passes bill to legalize cannabis. Damn it, this that's pretty big news. Come on, man. Lawmakers in Mexico have approved a bill to legalize recreational cannabis, but in a country still marred by deadly drug wars. That's it's good news for the government, because now they could maybe use that extra income to, help the people. But definitely they still do have a drug problem when it comes to everything else. A lot of people are loading up on the tree gang stocks again. Is Nokia hype dead? Maybe. I haven't even heard of Nokia for about a month now. This is the first time someone brought it up, so maybe it's pretty dead. Great dividend stocks to invest in. There are a lot of great dividend stocks. Just take a look at my M1 Finance portfolio. Link in the description. I have 27 legit dividend companies in that portfolio, minus like Tesla and Amazon. Bruce, how are you feeling about Palantir? As long as Kevin, right? That's Kevin. As long as Kathy Woods is continuing to pump money into that company, I think Palantir should do just fine. Bruce, how do you feel about BlackBerry? Dead? I think it's dead. Sophia, back in the chat. Welcome. Only way to stop the drug war is to legalize the drugs. Definitely, that is one of the better ways to. I think it's a better way to stop the drug wars. It's I don't know if you guys have seen the Netflix show. I forgot, Pablo. It might be called Pablo, but man, that was such an intense show. How they portrayed as Pablo Escobar. Am I a Neo? No, I'm not a Neo. I'm currently in Tesla. People are going to say Neo is the next Tesla. Lucid is going to be the next Tesla, but I'm just going to buy Tesla. I don't need the next one. I'm just going to buy the current one. Yeah, Narcos. Narcos was the show. All right, you guys got me. You guys got me. Sophie saying hi. This market is completely messed up, and I think that's why everybody here has to really learn how to not panic sell and not panic buy. I think once you can kind of let your emotions understand the emotions that you have when it comes to buying and selling some of the companies that you're looking into, I think everybody will do just fine. SVAC is still one of your plays. So SVACs was a play that I was trying to get into and do well with, but definitely it is not one that I'm currently in. Other than my current plays here for SVAC, it's just I bought some calls on it. They were pretty cheap. Currently I'm down $27. If this ever pops up for whatever reason, somebody just start pumping the stock, definitely I will get the benefit of that. So I just bought some calls here. It's pretty cheap. They expire next week, and then there's one that expires next month. If they expire worthless, they do expire worthless. But if they don't, then I think I'll benefit a lot from it. All right, thanks. If you guys are here for the first time in a long time, definitely subscribe if you guys haven't already. Hit the like, and we're just going through some of the questions that I'm getting in the chat. And definitely, we had a segment of what are the problems that I thought of with dividend investing. We went over taxes, we went over performance, we went over dividend yields, we went over current market conditions, and those are basically the topics that I find that I've had the most problems with dividend investing. And also, links are going to be in the description if you guys want to see all the dividend stocks that I'm currently in. And I'm using M1 Finance for most of my dividend stocks. SPACs that I like. My only current SPAC play is going to be SVAC. Other than that, I'm not invested in any of them. And we're down. We're up in the last week almost 7,000, and today we got wiped out by 2,000. Kind of sad. I can't actually. I'm pretty excited for next week. Next week I can actually bring this down a little bit more. I barely bought any stocks this week, so I'm just gonna lower my margin use so I pay less in interest every single day. All right, man, let's jump back into the chat here. We got another donation from the real Benjamin, ACAD, buy the dip. I'm not really sure what that company is. Take a quick look at it. ACAD. Man, this is a healthcare pharmaceuticals. I don't like the pharmaceutical industry. It's just way too unpredictable. When it comes to the pharmaceutical industry, I can show you exactly what I'm invested in here. These are my only health stock plays, all right? I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to scroll down here. Healthcare. These are the only two healthcare stocks that I'm in, all right? Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. When it comes to everything else, they're going to be second class to these two companies. Is Exxon dead here? No, I don't think Exxon is dead. I just feel like the upside is a lot less than there was before. I bought in, my average cost for ExxonMobil was like less than $50. So the upside on that is a lot less for anybody that's trying to get in right now. Is there any other companies going to make electric cars? So there's a lot of EV companies coming out of China, and I'm invested in those through Alibaba. Alibaba owns equity in a lot of different companies, and that's one of the benefits of owning Alibaba. It's essentially like a Chinese ETF almost. ABBV, yes. That's also one of the top healthcare companies, pharmaceutical companies as well. Why not invest in BP? I don't have enough capital to just spread my money everywhere into this market, all right? So I know a lot of you guys are thinking I'm super loaded, but no, I have a budget for my investing, and that's only a few $1,000s a week, probably $2,000 to $3,000 a week. That's how much. 3 is the max. There has to be a massive dip for me to put in $3,000 to $4,000. But typically, I'm only investing about $2,000 a week right now. We can talk about stocks the whole day, LOL. Definitely, I've been live streaming for 2 weeks now. So this is going to be my 14th day live streaming, when the markets are open and closed. This experiment I have to really look over the weekend and see where it goes from here, because definitely, I appreciate all of you guys being here with me. I appreciate all the viewership, all the likes, all the subscribes and everything, all the donations. But definitely, I don't know if I can keep up these live streams. So I have to like reschedule whatever this is doing to me, because I feel a little bit messed up from going live every single day. Ride is supposed to be releasing the first line of EV trucks selling to fleets sometime later in the year, I believe. I'm not sure of the company Ride, but I know Tesla is coming out with the Cybertruck. They're coming out with the semi trucks. I'm not sure why people are like not like are they is Tesla getting discounted? They're a little bit overvalued at the moment, but definitely they're way ahead of the competition here. So here's a stupid question. How do you predict trends after market hours? I have no idea. I don't try to predict the market. I just I look for companies that I think are undervalued, and that gives me the best chance of getting unrealized gains on a company. Maybe only live stream once a day. Like, I'm gonna try to find the best time that I could hit everybody with the live streams, and I think that will be the when I do go live. Like, I'm looking at other live streamers as well, and I'm trying to figure out what they're doing to get such a successful live stream, to get like thousands of viewerships, to get and to have a you know, content that grows over time. That's what I need to figure out. I'm not loaded. Invest $100,000 a year. You know, I've been there. Like, the first year that I've ever invested, I probably invested under $10,000 that year. The second year, yes, I started investing a lot more with more confidence in my stock picks. Kevin Metz is saying, how are you dealing with your covered calls when the market keeps pumping? You just keep rolling them over to a higher strike. Definitely, that's one strategy that I've been doing. I've been having a lot of trouble with Gap because Gap's been killing me with the covered calls. But in a market that continues to just go up over time, I look to sell puts. All right. And definitely, like, the puts have been messing me up over the last over the last month as well, because it's been so volatile. You just have to give yourself more time, you know, push out the expiration date a lot further, give yourself more time to be right. Has he talked about dividend investing? Definitely. The first, 20 minutes of this live stream was pure dividend investing. Right now, we're just going over all the questions that I'm getting in the chat. So definitely, if you are, here for the first segment of the live stream where we talk about dividend investing, just scroll back to the beginning. I'm just trying to get my channel to 1K subs, 106 more to go. Go give Jarhead, one of our best moderators here, give him a little bit of support there if you guys want to. I'm going to make some clips. Hope you check it out and make your hustle up. Okay, man. Do you? What information do you look at when choosing a stock for dividends? So I think one of the best places to look at that is it's going to be Simply Safe Dividends. I think this has to be one of the best resources that I've used over when I first started. It's going to be expensive if you're going to go for the annual plan, so just be aware of that. It's like $400 a year. They do have a 2-week free membership. I spammed the 2-week free membership for a very long time because I didn't want to pay that $400. But just throw in your dividend companies, and they do analyze. Like, let's say, for example, Cisco. They do have a lot of their own research on here. They do breakdowns of the news and the metrics, and you can see everything here. So Simply Safe Dividends. I'm not affiliated with them, so just go check them out if you want. They're pretty good. We talked about Palantir earlier. I feel like it's a company that's going to be growing over time, and as long as Cathie Woods is going to be investing in Palantir and pumping up massive funds from her hedge fund into it, you're going to be pretty good if you invest in Palantir over time. What would you do if a dividend stock stopped its dividend? Would you sell the stock to invest in another dividend, or hold it and hope it brings it back? This is why I'm asking you guys to at least come take a look into this portfolio. So in Simply Safe Dividends, everything gets a score, right? If your dividend company has a 99% safety score, most likely it's not going to cut their dividends. I have a few companies here where it's borderline safe. So these are one of the more higher paying dividend companies, and the chances of them cutting their dividends are pretty slim. They're pretty safe still. But when it comes to dividend companies, you're going to see it coming, all right? Unless it was like the pandemic crash, you're going to see it coming. So you can definitely plan out your strategy before anything crazy happens. Hope Monday will be green. You know, I'm actually hoping for more red days just so I can have better deals on a bunch of these companies. AMC is mooning right now. We can jump back into the charts really quickly. Just leave it on in the background. All right, we got GME for anybody that wants an update. GME is starting to, let's go to a 5-minute. GME peaked out at 295 and now it's coming back down. It's going to be a very wild ride for GME today just because it's Friday. A lot of option contracts are going to be expiring today. And a lot of the option contracts are in the money. So because of that, there's going to be a lot of people closing out their option contracts because of that. So that might put buying pressure on with GME, pushing up the price a little bit. So let's take a look at AMC. I mean, I'm invested in these companies, and definitely if they start pumping up a lot more, I would definitely potentially take profits soon. Thanks for the super chat. S&A Vlogs. I'm not really sure what that is, but appreciate the super chat, man. Super chat. How do you feel about Roblox? We've talked about Roblox a bunch of times on this live stream. I think I went over it like 2 or 3 times. Even the last 2 days, I probably spent like at least 30 minutes talking about Roblox. You know, I would wait for Roblox to stabilize when it comes to the price action. It's tough to get into a company that's just IPOing. It looks to be a lot more stable today than it was yesterday. It's a pretty decent business model. I just don't see it being, you know, having a lot of people using the platform 10 years from now. I could be completely wrong. Man, Forex trader, I will not be looking at QZSM. So you can stop asking, buddy. Let me put this guy in timeout, man. A lot of people are spamming the chat just so they can get some screen time. Is it a good time to buy Alibaba? I mean, I haven't purchased any Alibaba yet. My average cost for Alibaba is at $255. You know, as it continues to dip, it's a 5% dip today. Maybe I could add some on this. A 5% dip is pretty good. I'll buy 5 shares. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna buy a few shares of Alibaba just to lower my cost basis here. All right, so I just bought 5 shares of Alibaba just now. So we're sitting at 145. Like that's all it. I mean, it's that easy. You just need to buy a little bit at a time. So my cost basis now dropped to by like $1, I think. Not too bad. It's going to take a lot of time for Alibaba to recover. There's some news today that one of the China publishes financial self-discipline rules amid tougher scrutiny. So Ant Group is a company that Alibaba is invested in. I think Alibaba owns about 30% of Ant Group. And so because of this news that just came out today, Ant Group CEO Simon Hu resigns, it's basically, pushing a lot of downward pressure on Alibaba. So, because they're affiliated. Because of this, I think this will pass over. They're going to get a new CEO. And eventually, whenever Ant Group IPOs within the next maybe year or so, I feel like that will be a great advantage to Alibaba owning that. Warning, don't go over 50% margin. Better to stay under 25%. Definitely, I understand that sentiment. When it comes to my margin, I think I'm using like less than 20%. So I'm only 25K in margin here. Isn't Alibaba facing a fine of $1 billion? I haven't heard of that. I haven't seen that in the news, so I'm going to have to look into that. What are your thoughts about Agora, AGI? They provide audio tech for Clubhouse. I don't know much about that, so it'll be ignorant for me to just talk about it. At what price point will you sell AMC? So I bought AMC, I think, in the beginning of the week. I bought it at the top, I believe. So I'm still down $4 from AMC. I could honestly sell at $12 and just make a few dollars here. I think $12 will be good for me. I'm not looking to get rich off of this. I'm pretty sure AMC is not going to go to $100 a share. So how do you get invited into Clubhouse? You would just have to know somebody that's already in Clubhouse, and then somebody on the inside will have to invite you in. Clubhouse, before, when I was on Clubhouse like 2 months ago, it was good. It was legit. But now Clubhouse seems to just be like a place for people to come in and shill whatever products they have. So it's really tough to jump into Clubhouse right now. Let's go back into the big screen. If you grow your portfolio to a relatively large sum, what percentage should you be taking out if you're using that as income instead of a regular 9-to-5 job? So there's this thing called safety withdrawal rate. I can show you guys what that is. If I can type. Give me a second. I'm going to show you guys exactly what that is. So I'm going to post this in the chat for whoever asked me that question. So let's say if your portfolio was $1 million, a safe withdrawal rate for that would be roughly 4%. All right. So for everybody, it'll be a little bit different. Some people could be 5%. So let's say it's roughly 4% or 5%. You're going to see you can roughly take about $40,000 to $50,000 out of your portfolio every single year in the beginning of the year. And, with the compounding of dividends, with the growth in the stocks that you own, it'll essentially recoup that amount. And, by the end of the year, it'll be worth back to $1 million, and you can do the same thing next year. Safety withdrawal rate. It's a pretty interesting topic. For everybody, it's going to be a little bit different. For some people, it's going to be 4%. For some people, it's going to be 3%. Some people, it's going to be 5%. So for me personally, I'm going to need like 2 to 3 million in a stock portfolio to be able for me to live off of it, because I spend roughly like $50,000 a year right now. And, I want to live comfortably. I want to live with at least like $100,000 a year in spending, eat good, live good in a nice house and stuff like that. So I'm going to need a lot more saved up. I'm building out my stock portfolio now. Like, I have my real estate portfolio. It's pretty hefty at the moment. That's why I'm diversifying into the stocks. And, I'm pretty comfortable right now, but definitely striving to do better. Man, you're asking about my White Claw, dude? It is 11 a.m., man. Way too soon. Way too soon. If your withdrawal rate is $25, you better make some crazy gains on your portfolio to cover that back up. In 4 years, your portfolio might be completely gone. All right, we got breakdown. If you sell positions, the dividend payments will be deducted from your available balance. Bruce, I'm trying to understand what the difference between buying and selling position is. Buying and selling your position. All right. We can. So this is my entire portfolio, right? I have 52 holdings. These are my positions, right? So let's say I have a position in ExxonMobil. I have 500 shares. If I want to add on to this, I would just buy more. I would increase my portfolio percentage of this. So I'm going to try to keep, the percentage of my portfolio. Like I don't want one stock to be more than 10%. So right now I'm way over when it comes to ExxonMobil and Gap. That's because these companies have they've gained a lot in unrealized gains. Right? The price of them, the price of their stock price has gone up tremendously since I bought them. So I could easily sell my position in here, like 2% of it, just to keep this at a 10% rate. I think that's probably one of the things that I will be doing. That's just buying and selling your positions. Whenever I say that, that's what it means. A lot of YouTubers say that they cringe at their older YouTube videos. Do you? Definitely, I do. If you guys want to see my first like Robinhood video or my first stock video, definitely you guys can go back. I even have some videos from way back from 2014, 2015 when I didn't even talk about the stock market. I was talking about like hoverboards. And that's one of the most highest viewed videos that I have. That one video got me like 300 subscribers. So definitely my audience has changed a lot over time. What's up, San Francisco? Francisco. Man, why did I even say San Francisco? I just saw California and said San Francisco. What's up, Francisco? Are you gonna rock the bandana again, Bruce? Do I need to? I don't have it here. I felt like I wanted to differentiate myself from a lot of the other Asian YouTubers out there, Asian personal finance YouTubers. So that's why I rocked the bandana for a while. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool, but I'm kind of over it. We're in different phases. I think I'm in the Patagonia phase of my YouTube career right now. So we'll be rocking the Patagonia for a while, and maybe we'll figure out something else. Hey Bruce, do you remember you said squeeze was over? Is the squeeze over? What's going on right now? I mean, I said the squeeze was over like 1,000 times. I thought it was a really good title for the videos. GME sitting at 280 right now. Okay. Guess the squeeze is still going on. Do videos on how to lower taxes. Dude, if I was a professional tax accountant, I would definitely do this. I actually watch a lot of tax accountants' videos, like Clear Value Tax. He talks a lot about how to lower your taxes and stuff like that. So definitely, I'm not like I have some experience in it because, I know how to write off some stuff, like put my phone expense on my business account, write off some mileage from my car. I do stuff like that, like the really basic things. Definitely, I can do one, but definitely those videos for me don't get many views. What do you think about Amazon as its average price target is 400? Do you think it's a buy? If you are thinking about investing in Amazon, you're thinking about long-term growth, and I feel like Amazon will eventually take over the world. So take that for what it is. Like I like Amazon. I'm buying into Amazon. I think I have like 1 or 2 shares of Amazon currently. What's been the biggest factor in growing your portfolio? Contributions, growth stocks, options, 10x picks. Definitely, I do not have any 10x picks. Like if anybody knows what a 10x pick was, you would just invest 10,000 and you would have 100,000. I don't know why there's so many 10x picks out there, but I'm pretty sure not all of them are, especially when YouTubers talk about them. The main thing that helped my contribution for my portfolio is just being consistent with it, and like having an actual plan, and adjusting that plan accordingly over the course of the past few years that I've been invested. Just being consistent with your contributions. So when I first started, it was $100 a week, then $200 a week, $300 a week, 4 or 5, so on and so on. Right now, I'm at like 1,000, 2,000 a week. Whenever I can throw in money in the portfolio. All right, Justin, jump back into the beginning of the video. The first at least 30 minutes of this video was talking about my problem with dividend investing. Eric Kim, did you just come from a financial education video? Tattooed chef will 10x. That's what he's trying to say. Kimberly Clark is a good dividend stock. Jay Sean, definitely just scroll back to the beginning of the video. I don't really want to repeat myself with all the things I'm having problems with when it comes to dividend stocks. It's not a really big issue. It's just you have to adapt with the times. You have to adapt with the markets. And performance when it comes to my dividend portfolio was not doing as well as a lot of the other companies that I'm investing in now. So I'm just doing regular investing now, just not as niche as dividend investing. I like cryptocurrency. I'm not a fan of the altcoin markets. Altcoins super volatile, and I've invested in altcoins. I've lost big on altcoins in the past, and yeah, if anything, I'm just gonna be buying Bitcoin, and the only altcoin that I would buy is probably Ethereum or Binance Coin, something like that. How do I pay for taxes if I'm using Robinhood? It's really easy. Robinhood is going to send you a 1099. You take that 1099. If you've made money, it'll tell you, and you just pay your capital gains tax on that if you've made money. Yes, I do own some Dogecoin. I mean, I buy stuff just for fun. I do that. And, I can gamble with a few $100 here and there, but it's not a serious investment for me. If you see me spend like $35 on something or $30 on something, it's not a serious investment. There's sometimes I go to lunch and I spend $30. I'd rather spend $30 on a good lunch than $30 on Dogecoin. I could be shooting myself in the foot with that, but I'm pretty sure Dogecoin is the value of Dogecoins is not gonna be that much in the future compared to Bitcoin. What do I think about SQ? SQ is definitely a growth stock. They're gonna be going through their cycles of doing well and doing poorly, because they've made some weird moves with buying Tidal. I don't know what that's all about. But Cash App is doing well when it comes to Square. Let's see, over the past month, they're down $50. All right, so my average cost, as you can see, is, I'm not even showing you my portfolio. So this is Square. Square standing at $235. It's been doing pretty poorly over the past month, down 15%. My average cost is at $160. I would not average in unless Square goes below $160, and there's even a possibility that does happen. So just be aware of that. Square will 5x. I do think that 5 years from now, let's say 5 years from now, Square could easily double in price. But that's just like my thoughts here. Price. You look at the PE ratio; it's at 500. So this is way, way overvalued. If this comes down a bit more, I can definitely go into it. All right, so I'm going to answer a few more questions, and we'll be ending this awesome live stream. Thank you for being here. We have 600 people. Drop a like if you guys haven't. Subscribe if you guys haven't. I'll be answering a few more questions, and we'll be calling this live stream, and I'll see you guys for the afternoon session as well. Maybe PayPal will buy Spotify, LOL. I don't know if that's even possible. Would you ever get Hello Pal? I don't know what Hello Pal is, so I don't think I can get it. Is Tesla really overvalued? Have you seen the PE ratio? Tesla's PE ratio is 1,000. Is 1,000. And just a few weeks ago, just last week, Tesla was at $500. So definitely, if Tesla ever goes back to $500 again, I will be going heavy into Tesla. Hey man, no problem. Thanks for being here. I need that Elon Musk money though. Where are all the viewers at now? I'm not sure where all the viewers at. Appreciate it. If you guys are interested, quick plug. If you guys are interested in Weibull, I've been using Weibull over the last 2 weeks on these live streams, and I'm loving it. So many features. I have invested money in here as well, just under $20,000. So definitely, if you guys are interested in using Weibull, make sure you use my referral link, and you guys can get 2 free stocks. I don't know why people don't want to get free stocks. It's like the most amazing thing ever. On top of that, if you guys want to jump into my Discord, links are going to be in the description. I really appreciate it if you guys want to join my Patreon community of investors. That's going to be it for this morning show. I'll definitely be back in the afternoon, so I'll check you guys out then. Thanks for being here with me. Subscribe if you guys haven't. Hit the like button, and I'll see you guys later this afternoon. Later.